Hey guys, it's Adam. I hope you're doing lovely. Welcome to Do You Watch Anime, a show where I sit down with a guest every week and ask them, Do you watch anime? And we go from there. Today, joining me is voice actor in such anime as Suicide Squad Isekai and Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night. Karlii Hoch, how are you today?
I'm pretty good. Can't complain. Roof over my head, food in my belly, people who love me. Not much can go wrong.
Exactly. That's
I say, but
perfect.
like honestly, I need to find some wood to knock on it, knowing my luck.
So, do you watch anime?
Yeah, you could say I watch anime. Yeah,
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 yeah. Maybe a little bit of an understatement.
just a little bit.
I not only watch anime for my voice acting because obviously I have to research the roles, but also I have a YouTube channel where I watch anime. Yeah, so I watch a lot of anime. And then also in my free time, I'm watching like 2 animes on my own just
Yeah.
in my free time. So, yeah, I watch a lot of anime. Yeah.
So, how did you originally get into watching anime?
I've got older brothers,
Mhm.
one of which is 6 years older than me and would hog the TV. I did not get a choice. So, like, if I wanted to watch one of my shows, it was like, nah, that's for kids. We're gonna watch this. And it was anime, and it was Dragon Ball, and it was like always Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
We would come home from school, and that was just what was on. And I remember thinking it was so boring. So boring. And I have been a Dragon Ball hater since I can remember. I'm not
Wow.
even
Okay.
kidding.
Yeah.
But I never actually watched it through. So the
Mm.
only scenes I really remember and why I thought it was so boring was like the infinite pans back and forth. Like, okay, now we're on Frieza's face. Okay, now we're on
Oh
Krillin's
yeah.
face. Okay, now we're on Goku's face. Okay, like I don't need to know every single reaction of every character in every single second. Like let's keep it on pace, right?
Yeah.
But as an adult, I started watching Dragon Ball for the YouTube channel
Mhm.
10 months ago.
Yeah.
And we're watching Kai, and it's way more streamlined, and the story is actually rocking, dude. Like that, it actually slaps. And so once a Dragon Ball hater, no longer a Dragon Ball hater. But yeah, so that got me into watching it just because I was like, I don't get the hype. And then like um we were at Blockbuster, which
Mhm.
throwback, rest in peace.
Yep.
And there was an Sailor Moon VHS, also a throwback.
Hell yeah.
Hi, I'm dating myself.
Yeah.
um and we rented it and I loved it so much that we bought it. And I rewound that tape so many times that I broke the actual tape itself. And then after that, like I mean, once I got access to the internet, I was on YouTube watching Blood Plus, and that got me into the gory anime and Inuyasha. But it was always like, Naruto part 1, Naruto part
Yep.
2, and you had to go through like 17 parts just to
Yeah.
get through one episode. But yeah, sorry, long-winded answer. I've been into anime for a very long time.
Yeah, no, that's valid. I also grew up on Dragon Ball, and it was like it was it's funny because it's the reason I hated Inuyasha for the longest time,
Oh yeah.
because when my bedtime was when Inuyasha came on, and
Mhm.
I just wanted more Dragon Ball. So I was mad at it
Mhm.
for the longest time. And then my partner's just like, we're sitting down and watching. This is my favorite anime. And I was like, ugh, this is going to suck. And I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Why did I hate this? My stupid dumb boy brain.
Yeah, when you go back as like somebody older and
Yeah.
who cares more for plots and stories and character developments,
Yeah.
it changes the way you view things, and that's not just anime, that's everything. Like
Yeah.
things I thought were so dumb when I was a kid are like now some of my favorite things. So
Yeah. Straight up. Oh my god. And I also have an anime that I broke the VHS for.
yeah.
Yeah, we had a Pokemon VHS
Oh my
that
gosh, this is the one where Ash dies and Pikachu cries.
No, it wasn't that one, but it was
Oh, we
close to
had
that
that
one.
one on VHS too.
Yeah. It was just like a compilation of, like, of course it's only like 3 episodes because it's a VHS.
Yeah.
And so I would watch them all over and over again, and one of them was Bye Bye Butterfree,
Oh,
and it was just like, emotional damage every
yeah.
time. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Yep, yep, yep.
Yep. So, what's a show that you could watch over and over and over again and not get sick of?
Oh, God. Hunter x Hunter or Blood Plus. I mean, are we just talking anime? Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just talking anime.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Hunter x Hunter or Blood Plus, I would
Mhm.
say.
Okay. So, what is Blood Plus? I haven't actually heard of it.
So
Yeah.
Blood Plus is an interesting take on uh basically vampires without like giving too much away.
Hmm.
It's there are like experimentations on humans trying to make the ultimate fighting weapons, and this was like back in the Vietnam War. And They created the ultimate weapon in the form of like human twins, and their backstory is really messed up. It's really messed up, but yeah, they become the ultimate weapons, and they kind of have to just duke it out. And but there's a whole lot of other moving parts. Obviously, I'm simplifying it for the sake of like not spoiling everything, because it's not the shortest anime in the world, but it's also not the longest. It's 81 episodes.
Okay.
But a lot happens in that time, and there's very little downtime and filler. And Then they're awake for 3 years, and then they go to sleep for 30. So it's like, if
Damn.
I know, it's like they wake up in a whole different world every 30 years,
Hmm.
and sometimes their memory is wiped, essentially. So they have to get it back, and people can obviously, when you're a clean slate and you're this weapon, people can put whatever memories they want in you and make you a good person or a bad person, and that's why they end up duking it out. It's like good versus evil sort of thing.
Hell yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So what are some of your other favorite anime?
Oh gosh. Let's think. Uh Bleach. I've got a Mel mask right here.
Love it.
Um Sword Art Online.
Okay.
Do like Inuyasha. Do Evangelion.
Oh yeah.
Evangelion. I can't believe I didn't say that immediately. um uh there are so many that I'm like, what, which ones do I want to put at the top? That's
Yeah.
really hard,
Hmm.
actually. Um, I would say of recent anime, um, Chainsaw Man
Okay.
is
Yeah.
up there because it's got like the humor, it's got the gore, it's got good fighting, it's got dark backstories, it's got all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I don't that's a really tough question. There's so many that I could keep listing off. What I remember of Naruto I loved. I haven't watched it since there were like 300 episodes. I don't know what we're at now. Yeah, I don't know. Now I'm overwhelmed thinking of all of them. Darling in the Franxx.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, Full Metal Alchemist and Brotherhood,
Yep.
mostly Brotherhood. Um yeah,
Heck yeah. I
yeah.
love that. So, talking about your YouTube channel, what's one anime that surprised you how much you would like?
Surprised me how much I would like.
Yeah.
I'm so many people are gonna sound off in the comments like, how could this girl ever Dragon Ball? I straight like as like I was such a hater.
Yeah.
I was such a hater, and I'm gonna put it out there. I'm still a hater.
Yeah.
Saiyans are annoying.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean you're gonna wait for the enemy to get full strength before you take them out? Like, you're putting the entire universe at risk because you have a fucking power ego trip thing
Yep.
that you have to have fulfilled. Like, what are you on about? Like, that's not how this fucking works. Save the universe, and then your ego can like get fulfilled in other ways. I don't know how else to put it to you, but you need to get over yourself. Saiyans annoy the fuck out of me. Everyone else is super cool though.
Yeah. No, that's valid. No, that's completely valid. That's
yeah.
Yeah. The when people are like, "Oh, I've never seen Dragon Ball. Should I watch it?" And I was like, "Just watch Kai. Just watch Kai."
Oh my gosh. And it's people people are so mad at us for watching Kai. Like so mad. But every single voice actor who did Dragon Ball Z OG and Kai say Kai is a much better experience for the viewer and for the actor. It's a cohesive story. They're able to get into their character more. Because think about it, when you're jumping around and you have random episodes where it's like, oh yeah, well, we just defeated this big space alien, but now we're gonna go get our driver's license, which is a very good filler episode. I'm not gonna lie, that is a good filler episode.
It is.
Oh, but now we gotta train to defeat more space aliens and save the world. It's like, how do you get into that as an actor? Like, it's so jarring. It's like I played this character, Eiko Hozuki, in Dark Gathering, and she is obsessed with the feeling of fear. And in that, she's constantly putting herself in positions where she's like life or death. So it's like at first she's like, wow, I'm so excited to go hunt this ghost. And then the next second she's like, she's freaking the F out. And it's whiplash. But that's what that character is supposed to be. How do you go from being like a Saiyan badass who's like, I'm gonna save the. Am I allowed to cuss? I'm cussing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
I'm not gonna drop any F-bombs. I say that, but I may actually do that on accident. But how do you go from being like this Saiyan badass to like gonna get my driver's license now? Like, as an actor, that's gotta be just jarring. Yeah, Kai. Just Kai.
Yeah. If you want to watch men screaming for years,
5 episodes to charge up an attack.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
And as a kid, I loved it. Oh god.
Oh yeah, no, as a kid, like, and that's the thing though. Like, I have such nostalgia goggles, so I can say for a fact it really does change the way you view things. Like, when I say that Blood Plus is one of my favorite animes, they look at me and they're like, yeah, you would, because it's kind of goth. It kind of is, it's goth. But also, like, going back and trying to show people, I'm like, just wait. Like, how I'm having to defend it. And so many people come to defend Dragon Ball in the comments, like Dragon Ball OG. The nostalgia goggles, man, they're hardcore.
Yep.
Yeah, it changes the way people view things for sure.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, I am also I loved it. I grew up with it. It's what got me into anime, but god, there's most of the time I'm like, yeah, you don't have to watch it. You don't have to.
No.
Yeah.
Let people watch and enjoy the things that they want to watch and enjoy.
Yeah.
And there's such, like, I remember even before I was into voice acting, because I am an anime fan, I was part of like an anime club in junior high. And there was such like an elitist, like, oh, you haven't watched this anime? I can't be seen with you. Sort of like, okay, why are we being exclusive? I thought we were all just nerds doing nerd shit. Like, why are we being, anime is for everybody. Let people watch and enjoy it the way they want to watch and enjoy it. If they want to watch OG, let them watch OG. If they want to watch Kai, let them watch Kai. You should just be happy that somebody is partaking in the fandom.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I remember when our numbers were few and far between, and like my anime club had like 5 kids in it. And that was crazy.
Yeah.
Now, and oh god, I remember going to anime conventions too. And I started going to anime conventions when I was like 12 or 13.
Okay, yeah.
And yeah, and my mom would take me, and they would give us like little stickers to like show that we got in there, and she would write mom on there. She was just everyone's mom. It was really cute. But
I love that.
They were small. It was like it was like, gosh, 200 people, and even back then people were telling me that that was like a big number, right?
Yeah.
um and now it's like you hear of attendance numbers that are like 80,000 at Anime Expo. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's grown so far. I'm just glad that people like anime, because now I'm not just a weirdo who sits at home and watches adult cartoons
Yeah,
all day.
same here. Yeah, it's great. Um like one of my friends is a teacher, and literally if you don't watch anime, you're in the weird category. Like,
No
yeah,
way.
like she has like, yeah,
Wow.
most of her books now she buys manga. Like, so sick. Like, she comes to me and she's like, is kaiju number 8 appropriate for like my age? And I was like, no, no, no. There's a lot of gore. There's she the other day she's like, someone told me Tokyo Revengers, and I was like, no, no, no. Get those kids away from that.
No, yeah, my nephew, he's gosh, I think he's 13 now, which is crazy, but
Yeah.
he watched JJK, and I was like, honestly, there's worse.
Yeah. It's
Honestly,
true.
there's worse.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine. You're going to see violence in movies anyway. Like,
Yeah.
whatever. But it's like the gory things like Chainsaw Man, I would probably be like, no, because there's so much talk of like, touching boobs. And
Yep.
don't get me wrong, I see boobs. I like boobs. Boobs
Mhm.
are great.
Yeah.
But maybe age things.
Yeah.
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 I do not remember what got us on that, but yeah, age
Music.
things.
Yep.
Oh, popularity.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, seeing how popular it is now, I'm like, oh, so nice. Even though,
It is very nice.
yep, even though I was like, I was the weird kid who in
Back
secret
in my
watched,
day.
yeah, secretly watched One Piece before it was good voice acting.
Ooh, that bites.
Yep. Oh my
Voice
god.
acting has come a long way, that's for
Yes.
sure.
Yes.
I
Yes, it
mean,
has.
I listen to, and I'm friends with some of these people, so no tea, no shade.
Hmm.
And I listen to myself, and we've just I've got a total of 3 years under my belt. I went on hiatus for like 4 or 5 years where I didn't do anything. But just in that time, I feel like, big improvements, and listening to like the Dragon Ball actors where they started to where they are now in
Yeah.
their projects, it's night and day difference.
Hmm.
Growth.
Yeah.
Voice acting really has come a long way.
Oh yeah. One of my favorite like examples of that is the Fruits Basket and Fruits Basket remake. Oh my god, cuz it's like Laura Bailey's the lead. So like, and like
Mm,
pretty much everyone like came back for it, and like the
mm.
difference is like,
Night
again,
and
night
day.
and day. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
I actually didn't watch that dub, and I did not know Laura Bailey was the lead, but I
Yeah.
did read the manga
Mhm. Yeah.
because I'm a nerd.
Yeah. It's like my favorite. It's my probably my second favorite anime of all time.
Yeah,
I love it.
it's really
I
great. The characters are so well written.
Oh, like I experienced the remake. That was the first time I ever heard of Fruits Basket. And because my partner read the manga, and they were like, oh, we're watching this. And I was like, okay, I love romance anime, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, this is just emotional damage. Awesome. I'm just crying every episode. And she's just watching me react to everything that's happening. And I'm like,
Yep.
God. So
Yeah.
speaking of voice acting, you voice Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad Isekai and Ninja Batman versus Yakuza. Um, what was your reaction to being cast as one of the most iconic characters?
This is a 100% real story.
Mhm.
I screamed so loud I made a child cry.
Oh.
Yeah. 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 So my day job I've worked with kids for 14 years, but my day job for the better part of a decade has been a nanny.
Okay.
And so I was at work, I get a call from my director, and I'm like, what does he want? And it had been I auditioned, and I think it took 6 or 8 weeks to hear back, and
Okay,
that
yeah.
it doesn't take that long usually. So I was just kind of like, they gave it to somebody else, that sucks, but whatever, it is what it is. I pick it up, And my director's like, do you want to go? To my other director, I'm like, oh, there's two directors. And then it dawns on me and I start shaking immediately. And then the director goes, well, you are our Karlii Quinn. Said my name with Quinn. And I mean, I screamed, but also like the emotions that flooded me afterwards, because I got into comic books thanks to the Batman animated series. Watched that with my dad. There are very few things that like I have that I've shared with my father. Um, that's one of them. And he, when I would start acting like a Looney Tune, he would call me Karlii Quinn.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So hearing that from my director, like, was just it was just amazing. Also, I cosplayed Harley 3 times. And that was before I was ever a voice actor. And I never imagined in my wildest dreams, in my absolute, when people were like, what's a dream role for you? I always made it something I felt was achievable. So Harley was never on there. I just never thought it was something I could do. And then, got the call. I screamed and made a child cry. And it's still to this day is one of those things, like, when you're on a roller coaster and you go down and your stomach is up in your throat and you get pins and needles and tingles all over your body. It still is one of those things that makes me feel like I stuck a metal object in a socket. It's just like full body, like, sensation of like, holy shit, I'm Harley.
Yeah.
I'm Harley. And not only once, but twice. And I didn't, so I heard that people were auditioning for the movie, and I was like, there's no way they call me back. They already gave me that role the first time. This is a completely different project. Whatever, they're gonna cast a different Harley. And they were just like, well, Japan wants you back. And I was like,
Holy shit.
I know. And I was like, what? Did not even audition. Japan was just like, we like her, keep her. So
Wow.
yeah. So I was at a convention when I got that news, and it was just disgusting keeping that like off my face all convention. I was just
Yeah.
like, ooh, be cool, be
Yeah.
chill, be chill. You're relaxed. You're a totally normal person who's not freaking out at all.
Yeah.
But I was freaking out a
Yeah.
lot. And
Holy.
I still get the feeling. It's just weird. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's insane. That's, oh my god.
Yeah.
So with so many versions of Harley being out, how did you approach your version?
So I went in having cosplayed Harley. When I cosplay a character, I kind of like get into the character here and
Okay,
there
yeah,
just because I'm a theater kid. So like
of
whatever.
course.
Um, but but also like I channeled Harley on a regular anyway because I watched the Batman animated series, and then I read the comics, and then I played video games and bought DLC just so I could have more Harley content. Like,
Yep.
I already was channeling her as just one of my voices that comes out. Because I feel like as an actor or as a stage actor or a voice actor, my background is actually in stage acting. You kind of just collect personalities,
Mhm.
and so I had already collected Harley. And I go in and for the audition, I started off doing the accent. And they were like, "Oh no, we don't want an accent." I was like, "Okay." They were like, "We want you to do your Harley.
Okay.
What would your Harley sound like?" And so I just went in and I did what I call the Harley quirk, which is like everything's kind of fun and silly. Even if I'm like at death's door, everything's kind of fun and silly. Like whatever, we're not taking anything too seriously. And people are like, "Oh, that's an accent." And I'm like, "No, it's not an accent. It's a quirk. It sounds, you might think, oh yeah, accent, but it's a little different. It's just a speech cadence kind of sort of thing, if I could explain it in that way. I don't know how else to explain it, but so told no accent, and I honestly think that's for the best, because it allowed me to be my own Harley.
Yeah.
And some people, not a lot actually, surprisingly, I expected to get so much more hate for not doing the accent, because I mean, Arlene set that in motion during the animated series, and it's been kind of the staple for Harley forever. But it allowed me to be me, and to be my version of Harley, and to kind of create a new idea of who Harley is for me, not for the masses, and what is Harley for this story. And so, yeah, I just took everything I already knew about Harley and I put that in, gave her her own quirk, and just channeled the fun, because she is so much fun.
Oh yeah.
And there's a part in Suicide Squad Isekai where shit gets real and she is no longer having fun, and she is about to destroy some people. And I think having that, what I call quirk, and then dropping it during that time but still having the Harley voice gives emphasis to that scene. So I really like that I still got to keep in a quirk there. It just adds more emphasis to the serious moments, because we don't get a lot of those from Harley.
No,
she's a fun gal. She really is.
Yeah.
And then I feel like in the movie Batman Ninja versus Yakuza League, I really honed it in, because recording the anime SSI, it was kind of a fever dream. We got the entire, like, honestly, I went in and I don't remember the first session at all. And I remember crying when we finished the first episode.
Damn.
And just being like, it doesn't feel real.
Yeah.
But it was recording the whole anime was a fever dream, just because I was so excited the entire time, and we got it done so quick. I mean, we got it done and we had months before it came
holy
out.
shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was sitting there bugging my directors, hey, when's it gonna come out? Hey, when's it gonna come out? When's it gonna come out? And then it came out, but only in Japanese in the States, but it came out in English overseas. And so there are fans making guesses as to who's the voice of Harley. And I'm like, oh, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. Not a single person guessed me. Not a single person.
Yeah.
And I get it. I'm not a big name. I get it. But it was just, the anticipation was absolutely destroying me. And I can't remember the question you asked that got us on that.
That's a good question.
Just
how did you approach your Harley? That's
dang, and I went all the way over there.
No, that's
we got so far away.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
I will talk until you interrupt me.
That's
just so you're aware. I went to Yap University.
Yeah.
I have a degree in yapping.
I love that.
I'm really good at it. So
I love it. Hey, y'all, just wanted to take a moment and talk to you guys about an incredible convention debuting this year. OzokuCon runs from August 29th to 31st, and it is located in Port Huron, Michigan. Even though this is the first year they're running the event, they have one of the biggest talent rosters in all of Michigan. Meet Griffin Burns, John Gramillion, Walter Jones, Naya Marino, Caleb Yen, and even some friends of the podcast like Ben Stegmeyer, Mauricio Ortiz-Segura, and Corinne Sudberg, plus many more. This convention is jam-packed with some amazing panels, a nearly 24-hour arcade, courtesy of Classics and Wadoka, and gaming tournaments running all weekend long, thanks to Grand Finals Entertainment. Plus, Friday and Saturday, they have some awesome after-hours events. Like on Friday, they have a live production of Rocky Horror Picture Show, and Saturday, there's a rave. So to learn more and grab your tickets, go to ozokucon.com. I hope to see you there. And now, back to the episode. So, you also voice Mero Seto in Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night. How was
Yes.
it getting to play such a pivotal character to the story? Because without her getting punched in the face,
Yeah.
they don't meet.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, Marrow is one of those characters that I play that I have a lot of appreciation for.
Mm-hmm.
She's one of the smaller roles I've had
Mm-hmm.
in the last 2 years that I've been voice acting again. But she's so, like you said, she is pivotal, and she is so fun, and she is such a standout character. And Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night, to begin with, it
Oh,
has so much depth to
yep.
it. It is a really great story. Each character is going through their own things, and they come together to create this really beautiful group. And yeah, Marrow is dealing with her own stuff, and you get kind of her background where she just, all she has is this, and she's
Mm-hmm.
just clinging to relevancy. And um she kind of got the infamy side of things, but it was my first mean character.
Yeah.
And it was really fun. Because my first mean character in anime, I should say, because stage acting, I don't know what it is about me, but I always play the bitches. Like, I was always a mean character, which is so strange because I'm like 5'2". I'm not intimidating anybody,
Yeah.
but I always got the mean characters. I swear I'm not mean in real life. But Meryl was my first kind of mean character, but at the end, she's not actually mean.
No.
She's not. She turns it around at the end, and she's that final push that I can't remember the main character's name. She's the final push that
Yeah.
the main character needs to be confident in herself. And there's kind of like a forgiveness and a redemption there. And so she's a really fun character for all of those reasons, and also just be so in the background and have such an important part of things is, it's always an honor to be cast, but
Mm-hmm.
to be cast in a role that, again, without her there wouldn't be the whole turmoil and everything in there. It's a big honor. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's awesome. It was a
Yeah.
lot of fun. A friend of mine, Natalie Rial, she's my best friend. We play twins Tiona and Tione and Don Machi.
Yeah.
And we're cousins and best friends and a whole bunch of other stuff. We want to be enemies in something, and we want to be lovers in something. That has not happened yet, but
Yeah.
fingers crossed. But when this anime came out, she and I were going back and forth about it, and we love the anime, and
Yeah.
so we both got cast in it. So to be able to another layer to loving being the character Marrow is just being able to share the journey, even though our characters have very little to do with each other. There is that one episode where my character is being chased around by hers.
Yep.
And my character kisses her on the cheek. She's like, "Oh, you're a fan?" And
Yeah.
kisses her on the cheek, and her character's like, but super cute. So just another layer to loving Marrow is being able to share it with Natalie. Anything I'm cast in where I'm with Natalie is just, it's got that little tweak of special in
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. So, as a person who in the arts, all that fun stuff, how was it taking on a character like Marrow in entertainment?
Yeah. I mean, again, just it being my first mean role, but she
Mm-hmm.
also sounds so sweet because her voice is way up here.
Yep.
It's like, how do I make it to where she's believably mean? Because that voice could be so easily just seen as like sweet, and it nobody's gonna believe you. But it's adding that sort of ichor to it, the sort of like what is it? Sickly sweet
Yeah.
sort of. And you can tell there are certain scenes that I do where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be sweet, but nobody's gonna believe it. Um, and it's like I turn on the annoyance factor, and that makes people hate me. And I love it. So it's like normally she would just talk like this and whatever, but oh, you're supposed to hate me right now, so we're gonna make it extra energy and extra high up, and just making her hateable until there's that switch, until you see the background, and until you see her when she's in that, I think she's in a bathroom stall and she's checking social media and she's like, I'm important, and she's having that like mental break where she's like, I need to be important, I need this, I need relevancy.
Mhm.
Just being able to go through all those different motions in a voice that otherwise would just be sweet is, it's really fun. It's really fun to have those layers. I will say something about acting, and there are probably plenty of people, actors included, who would disagree with me, but acting in anime, there are the typical tropes that are played again and again and again and again and again,
Yep.
and you're going to get cast as those characters again and again and again and again and again.
Mhm.
And because people don't see my face, I get, and my voice is higher pitched naturally, I get cast as like the sweet characters all the time. And I love them. I do. But to play a character that comes off as sweet but is actually, a little not,
Yep.
until the end, of course. But
Yeah.
that's also really fun to be able
Mhm.
to say like, hey, I can do more than just be a sweet character.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun to have layers, though.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Any character with layers that doesn't follow the standard trope is
Mhm.
nice.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I love the anime was so good. Like that.
Beautiful
Oh,
animation too.
beautiful. I had to like Google like who made this? Like
Yeah,
Jesus. Oh
yeah.
my god, it was
Gorgeous animation, gorgeous story,
yeah.
really great backstory for everyone.
Mhm. Yeah, because I was like, usually I'm like, oh, I hate this character, blah blah blah. But at the end, I was like, I love them all. I just want them all to be happy.
I
Oh,
know.
oh, so good.
I wish it was one of those things where we could get another season, but they
Yeah,
really closed it out.
yeah,
It's like a one and doneer.
yep, straight up. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, it's just so good.
Hi, I'm Steve Yurko.
And I'm Tara Sands. Now available from Maji Media is our new podcast, 4Kids Flashback. 4Kids is the company who brought you the English dub of Pokemon in the late 90s and so many other shows like Yu-Gi-Oh!, Shaman King, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Kirby, the infamous One Piece dub, and so many more.
We'll be talking to the people who worked at 4Kids. Actors, directors, writers, editors, producers, engineers, you get the point. And hopefully get the answers to questions both you and I have about the company.
I actually worked there as a voice actor on some of the shows.
And I was a kid watching the shows and remember way more than Tara does.
And thank God for that. Steve is actually a professional storyboard artist, which gives some really unique insights into anime and animation. Subscribe today wherever you get your podcasts. That's the number 4 Kids Flashback.
Hey guys, welcome to the Patreon portion of today's episode. And if you want to join the Patreon, there are a few different tiers, like shoutouts on the episodes, as well as exclusive videos and behind the scenes content and so much more, and even the episode a day early. Thank you to Gio, Keith, Blythe, Bunny, Mikey, Sheba, and Brooke. And if you want to join the Patreon or find out more, the link will be down below. And yeah, back to the episode. So how did you originally get into acting in general?
My kindergarten teacher pulled my mom aside at a parent-teacher conference and said, hey, your daughter needs to be in acting. And I started stage acting when I was 5. And I did stage acting on and off. I was in a few productions a year, but I always had downtime. Until I was 18 when I graduated high school and started college. That kind of was just like a dream, It was like, okay, well, unless you get big and famous, you're never going to make money acting. You're never going to be taken seriously. You're always going to struggle to eat. And I mean, they call it starving artists for a reason. But I don't know. I couldn't escape it. I just could not escape it. So anyway, I had a vocal coach because, again, stage acting. Julia Laskowski, beautiful woman, wife to Mark Laskowski, who's also a voice in the industry. She was my vocal coach, And we're sitting there and we're yapping away because, again, I like to yap and I'm long-winded. And she's like, "Oh, you like anime?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, Mark, he voices in anime." I was like, "What? What?" Because I literally thought everyone who voiced an anime was famous. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, you guys are famous. You guys are doing red carpets. You guys are making so much money. You're living the dream. You get to do your passion and make money and live off of it. What? So I was like, oh my gosh, Mark's famous. But no, we're really, most of us are just average everyday Joe Schmoes. So she's like, oh, well, I can see what he can do. And I got an audition like a week after I turned 18 because I was 17 at the time that conversation happened. And a week after I turned 18, I got an audition, and then I was cast in a few things, and then I slowly got cast in more and more stuff. And then I moved to Austin and I took a hiatus for a long time, and then got back into it 2 years ago. So yeah, a long-winded answer for a very short question.
No, that's awesome. So what has been kind of the hardest lesson you've learned since becoming a voice actor?
Patience.
Okay.
Because acting is such a passion for me, and I'm so used to the acting space in stage theater where it's okay, you're going to go to school until 2:30, and then you're going to have rehearsal from 3:15 until 6 at night, and you're going to do that for 8 weeks, and you're going to spend every single weekend you have at the theater. Like, that is so much. By the end of it, you're like, oh, I am done. By the end of a show, you're like, that was fun, but I'm done. With voice acting, it's very like, I mean, I recorded all of SSI in 10 hours, a total of 10 hours for SSI.
That's insane.
Yeah. And it's not a very exposition heavy anime.
Yeah.
Whereas like Dark Gathering, for 4 episodes, I would have 10 to 14 hours on the docket. So by the end of Dark Gathering, I was very like, hey, my voice and my soul needs a rest, because that entire anime, I'm begging for my life. I'm screaming, so I'm blowing out my voice. By the end of that, I was like, whew, I've had enough of this show for now. Glad it's done. Very happy with everything that we put forth. Let's focus on other things. But with most shows, that's kind of like a rarity that you get that many hours. With most shows, it's just you go in, you record everything, because you're not watching the entire anime. So it's like, okay, we're going to go to 2 minutes and 22 seconds. And now you've got these 3 lines. Let's hear them. Okay. And then, so you have your first pass, and then you go and you have your second pass. But an episode on average for a lead, again, depends on the show, but it's like 4 hours maybe for a single episode. So it's not enough when you're so used to dedicating your life to a show for 8 weeks to go to the studio once or twice a week for like 2 to 4 hours. It's just not enough. It's just, for my soul, I need more. So learning patience. I would say the majority of answers that I hear when people ask this question, though, is accepting you're not going to get every single role you audition for. I think hearing no, because you are going to, for every yes you get, there are 10 other no's.
Yeah.
I think hearing no is something that just was ingrained in me so early on that it doesn't even, like, yeah, it's like, oh, bummer, but I'm over it pretty quick.
Yeah.
I feel like a good group of good population of voice actors are just, I mean, also the roles are plentiful, but also somehow not. So
Yeah.
it's just like, it sometimes is hard to hear no, and actors will, what is the word the kids use? Crash out?
Yeah.
No, because that means angry, right? Crash out is like angry? I don't know. I don't speak.
Yeah. I think crash out is like mental breakdown kind of thing.
Yeah. So that's,
Yeah.
yeah. And they'll just kind of like go into a depression for a few days, a week, a month, whatever. So hearing no, I think, is like the more common answer for me, it's
Mhm.
patience. It's, hey, we know that you are available. We'll cast you when we cast you. There are tons of roles, so there's enough to go around. You are not forgotten. But yeah, it's I need more
Yeah,
always. I'm just,
always.
yeah, I want to do the thing that I love, and I've actually taken to really enjoying auditioning as a result, because
Okay.
it's not about, oh, I need to become famous doing this. I need to make money. It's literally the I again, I've done it since I was a kid, so it's literally the passion, and so I get to do that when when I'm auditioning too. So I've gratefully found other ways to fulfill the passion.
Hmm. Yeah, I love that. So, what was a moment in your career that made you go, I'm in the right field?
Oh God. Every time I step in the booth. Now, I do not always feel like I belong. I have the same thing a lot of actors get, which is an imposter syndrome. And then take it a step further, for me, I have an inferiority complex.
Okay.
I feel like roles are wasted on me. I know that's not true,
Yeah, it's
because
not.
that's an insult to the directors.
Hmm.
I have to trust that they're doing their job and they're casting me because I deserve it and I deserve to be there. But it's really hard to convince myself that. And so every time I step in the booth, it's like oh my God, I got cast again. I'm doing something right. I need to keep growing and keep doing the things that I'm doing, and just tweak them and improve. But it's like I'm doing something right. But I think recently I had kind of my first big I do belong amongst the voice actors moment, and it wasn't the first time I was cast as Harley.
Hmm.
That to me felt like a fluke. I was like, there's no way. No, there's no way.
Yeah.
I was like, Japan made a mistake, because it was Japan that cast me.
Oh
I
wow.
was
Yeah.
like, they made a mistake. Like they don't know, whatever. Again, that's an insult to them, and I should just trust them. But it was watching the Batman Ninja versus Yakuza League movie, and it's not even like Harley is a huge role in there. And in the comments, there are no small roles, just small actors. There are roles that have very little screen time. That's what I mean. I don't
Yeah.
mean small impact or whatever. Um uh but watching that, I towards the end was like getting emotional, because I'm just so it's not a sad movie by
Yeah.
any means, but I'm just so immensely proud of the actors, the direction, the show itself. It's so well done. And not to say the other projects I've been in were not, but this was kind of just a wake up call, like, okay, the first time I got cast as Harley wasn't a fluke. I deserved it. And now I'm in this show with all of these people that I admire so thoroughly and look up to, and am so proud to call not only colleagues but friends. And it was just like I do belong here. I don't sound out of place. I don't sound like I don't belong. And I was cast for a reason. So it was very like I even went into my Discord afterwards and I was like, guys, I think I do belong. Like, even thinking about it now, maybe I'm just a sap, but like,
Yeah.
it just, yeah, it was a moment. It was definitely a moment afterwards where I was like, after we stopped recording, because we reacted to it, after we stopped recording, I went into the other room and just had a little moment with like happy tears. Yeah, it was great. And I'm sure I'm gonna go in and out of feeling like I belong and like I don't. Like every other actor, we all have our dry spells where we're like, okay, what did I fuck up? Do I suck?
Yeah.
We all have dry spells, but I just have to hold on to that moment. And I think that's an important lesson, is like, hold on to those moments where you knew like you felt it in your core that you belong, and that's definitely one of them. I hope that answered your question. I was very long-winded again.
No, all good, all good. So how has your relationship with anime changed since going from a fan to now in anime?
God, I love it so much more. I love it so much more.
Yeah.
I understand how it could kill it for some people, but first of all, I have always flip-flopped between sub and dub. And that is not something I'm going to stop. Just because I'm a dub actor does not mean I have to always watch dub. If I personally like the sub more, I'm going to watch the sub. And that's no tea, no shade to the English dub. It's just preference. It's like preferring metal music to country music.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean country sucks. Just means it's not my thing. And I think now as a dub artist, even though I'm still so green and such a novice and I have so much room to grow, I think that I'm able to appreciate dub more because I do admire so many people in this industry. And so I watch dub and I'm like, I love what they did there. And then I get to take it into the booth. What do you mean I get to combine my love of anime with my love of acting? I also, this is not a hugely known or a well-known thing. Hugely. This is not a well-known thing.
Yeah.
I don't think, but I'm like a big academic nerd too.
Okay.
I have 2 degrees and my lowest GPA in college was a 3.4. So
Jesus.
big academic nerd.
Yeah.
So like being able to learn from the dub actors while I'm watching them put on an amazing performance and spin their craft is just it just adds, it's the little cherry on top, you know, it's the little things. And so it does give me a greater appreciation for dub. And I already loved dub before, so it's another one.
Yeah.
Another layer.
Yeah, I love that. When you were getting into voice acting, who were some of the actors that you looked up to for inspiration or?
So this question is hard because I am really bad with names. Super bad with names.
Yeah.
So the names that I do remember are names I can put a face to, not a voice to. I'm not one of those people that can watch an anime and be like, oh, that sounds like Brittany Carbraski. That's just not me. Like, I know some people have that skill, even though she does have a very unique voice, so I can almost always pick her out. But to me, it was directors.
Okay.
And maybe it's because I've had a special relationship with directors where they've either completely ruined the fun of a show for me or made it just that much better. But if I really like a show and I see that every actor is killing it, I'm like, okay, what's the common denominator here?
Okay, yeah.
Because each actor goes in and does their thing. And yeah, there are great actors who have off days. And there are great actors who are, I mean, there's not a single great actor that's always perfect. But if every single emotion and delivery is spot on, I look at the director. And Evangelion being like my thing, the earliest director that I remember the name of, and it wasn't even like, I'm a huge fan of them, because again, I didn't think like, I'm gonna work with them one day, and I still have not worked with this director, but I do love him very dearly. He's a good friend of mine. Is Mike McFarlane. He is also an incredible actor. Yeah. But I didn't know him from his acting. I knew him from Evangelion. And also, like, you know, he's in Dragon Ball, so how would I know him from his acting when I didn't watch that? He's in so many other things too, right? But I'm not trying to just pigeonhole him into those 2 roles. So I really take inspiration from directors a lot. I do take inspiration from actors, but there wasn't any one actor in particular because I wasn't looking that up. Now I would say it's the actors who have like the chameleon voices where they can do everything. I admire them so thoroughly. I am not one of them. My voice comes through. I can get spotted in a crowd, you know.
Yeah.
But like, you know, the Laura Baileys who can just anything.
Yeah.
Just anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely a standout. Oh, I lied. An actor that I absolutely knew the name of as a kid and is aspired to be Arlene Sorkin.
Oh,
so that was a total lie. Yeah. But Arlene Sorkin to me is more of like a hero than like I guess like in a kid's mind I was like, oh my god, she's a real life angel. You know, I wasn't like, she's an actor that I aspire to be like, but no, she was incredible. And so yeah, I would say actor Arlene Sorkin. But I do take a lot of inspiration from directors because their ability to ensure that a show is successful in the dub, oh my god, what a craft, what a dedication. And I can see the difference now, having worked with different directors. I can see the difference in their directing styles and their strengths and their weaknesses. Not that any director has a weakness, you're all perfect if you're watching this. But I can see it in other productions, even the ones that I'm not in, because I've worked with them. So I do take a lot of inspiration from them because they just, wow, they know the ins and outs, dude. And it's not just of one character. As an actor, I feel like we got it easy because we just have to know one character and how that character plays into the dynamics of others, right? But they have to know the ins and outs of every single character. So I do take inspiration from directors a lot.
Yeah. Like even since I started like the show, like I have been noticing so much like so much. I've been noticing like how different directors, you know, handle their shows. I notice, you know, different voice actor cadences and stuff, and I'm like, this is insane. Like if like, oh my god. And like even when I had Sean Gann on the show,
I've heard he is the sweetest human on the planet. I've never met him, but
love that man. Oh my god, I would love that man. Just hearing like the kind of even more behind the scenes of how things work and how like he directs, and I'm like, this is so fucking cool.
Yeah. No, it really is incredible. And as actors, we only see them when we're in the booth. And there's so much more to their job than just us in the booth.
Oh yeah.
They're working with the mix and QC and everything. It really, like, you can't do this and not throw your soul into it if you're a director.
Yeah. Straight up. And like it's the, you know, he said listen to the Kaiju number 8's like OST with good headphones on. And I was like, really? And then I did it and I was like, this is the most gorgeous thing I've ever heard in my life. Oh my god.
Yeah, good headphones really make a difference.
Yeah, straight up. So you mentioned before that you used to do cosplay. How did you get into cosplay? Because I also cosplay, and that's kind of how I got this started.
Yeah, so the first convention I went to when I was, again, 12 or 13, I saw a bunch of people dressed up. And I turned to my mom, who, I mean, she taught me how to sew, but she was way more adept at it than I. And I turned to my mom after we left. And, well, she goes, "Did you have fun?" And it was day one of like a 2-day con. She was like, "Did you have fun?" I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Yeah." Because I'm a talker. Like, I've always been a talker. And she was like, "Yeah?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just want to dress up." And she was like, "Oh, we can do that." The next day before going to the con, threw together a cosplay from Blood Plus. It was Saya Otonashi.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, and literally threw it together. Sorry, I'm not picking my nose. I'm twisting my nose ring. If you have a nose ring, you know.
Yeah.
threw together a costume and I went. And I remember somebody wanted to take a picture of me, or not of me, but with me. And I was like, I don't know. Why do you want that? Stranger danger.
Yeah.
Why do you want a picture with me?
Mm-hmm.
And then as I said no. And then as we walked around more, I was like, oh, that's just what people do. Like I paid attention to it and I was like, oh, they're taking a picture together there. And so I started going around and I was taking pictures with everyone. I was like, I don't know who you are, but you're cool. And I want to take a picture with you. So I started running around and it was so much fun that I was like, oh, I have to keep doing this. I have to keep dressing up and hanging out with nerds.
Yep.
I have to. There's not an option. And I went hard after that. I went hard. I mean, when I got my first job outside of babysitting, I'm pretty sure like all of my money went to cosplay.
Damn.
Pretty sure. Pretty sure. Yeah. And I remember at one point there was and this is a side, but at one point there was my parents were very like, hey, anything you want, you have to pay for. So whenever I started making money on my own outside of babysitting, because I started babysitting when I was like 13, they were like, anything you want. And it was like, okay, well, you could keep doing ballet or you could buy your cosplays. And I was like, oh, I'm going to buy cosplays. I'm going to keep buying thread and fabric and letting it sit in a closet forever until I finally put it together.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And so, yeah, I actually stopped doing ballet because I wanted to cosplay so much. And I had done ballet since I was a kid.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So what's been your like favorite cosplay that you've either worn or put together?
I think my favorite cosplay, and this is probably a shock for some people because all I wear is black and white, but I always cosplay colorful characters.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite cosplay, I think it's between two characters. So hi everybody, I play League of Legends and I have a League of Legends tattoo, and a lot of people are gonna hate on me for that. I get it. The game is trash. I'm trash. It's either Kindred or Misfortune.
Okay.
And Kindred I really liked because it was just, I mean, I stood out at a con. And the makeup was just so fun because Kindred is a deer. So I did all of this makeup. Yeah. Well, no hate to furries. I'm not a furry, but I was Googling all of the furry things.
Of course.
So that I could figure out the paint to make my face look the part of a deer. And that was so fun and so unique. And Misfortune was a lot of fun because that was kind of the cosplay that made me blow up. And I have like 17,000 followers on Instagram, which is nothing, I know. But at one point I had 24,000, and I got that all within like 2 months because I cosplayed Arcade Misfortune, and Jessica Negri shared my picture.
God damn, yep.
And I blew up. And I made that from scratch. I mean, I did everything on that. Other cosplays up until that point had been like, okay, I'm gonna buy bits and pieces. This was before you could buy whole costumes. But it was like, okay, I'm gonna buy bits and pieces here and there, and I'm gonna alter them, and I can sew certain things, like the easier things I can sew those, but like other things I'm just gonna alter. Misfortune was the first costume that I didn't buy bits and pieces anywhere, and I built it top down.
Holy shit.
Except the boots. The boots.
Whoever makes like shoes for their cosplay, God, I don't know.
Yeah. I just bought some knee-high white boots, and I painted them, added straps and accessories and everything. And so that was really special because it was, head to toe me. And then on top of that, I had some really, really fun photo shoots. Like, I became really close with a photographer in Houston, and he's still a homie of mine today. And we contacted an arcade, and we were like, hey, we want to do a shoot there for a cosplay. And they opened early so that we could come in, and all the machines were off. So he photoshopped in games on the machines and
Of course,
stuff. But we did a photo shoot in there with nobody else in there. And then on top of that, there's a YouTuber who I'm not going to say the name of because now he does really weird stuff. But at the time, I mean, and not like really weird, it's just very adult stuff. And you can find it. It's fine. But at the time he did a lot of like convention stuff, and he reached out to me, and there's a League of Legends song that is a remix of a Kesha song, and he contacted me, and he wanted me to be in, he made like a music video for it, and he wanted me to be in it. And so that was just like a fun, like, okay, I went to this arcade and I did this photo shoot. Now I'm at another arcade and I'm doing a photo shoot, and I like pulled in a bunch of my friends, and they all wore those big plastic unicorn masks.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And like white t-shirts and stuff. And it was just like, it was a ton of fun. So there's a lot of just like fun stuff around that. But yeah, those are my two League of Legends costumes. And
yeah, like last weekend I cosplayed for the first time this year, because I've been busy with the show and everything, so I've just kind of just been me interviewing people. But my friends made my white beard from One Piece, like all of it, like giant mustache, literally had it this way, made the coat, everything. And they're like, oh, like literally I was like, oh, you want to make all of that for me? Absolutely.
yeah. I have an incredibly talented friend. I can't remember what they go by publicly right now. But they have been a cosplay friend of mine for a very long time, and they now work at Sentai, so it's
Holy
like,
shit, yeah.
I get to see them in passing.
Yeah.
But they I reached out to them recently because I want to do a goth Sailor Moon cosplay.
Yes.
And so they're gonna make that for me. I'm obviously paying them. But they're gonna make that for me, and I'm very excited. So having cosplay friends when I don't personally have the time or the skill to do it is very nice. So yeah, it's super awesome that you got to do that.
Yeah, I would.
Cosplay is fun.
Oh yeah.
Uncomfortable.
It is. Oh yeah, I had like red lines because it was like the mustache was like, yeah, it was. Every picture I had to be like, okay, I'm gonna take this off now, and like
yeah, no, seriously, I always have a change of shoes, and I just walk around in shoes, and then like if I'm eating, I'm ripping that wig off. You got me messed up. I'm ripping that thing off. Like, I'm not wearing that. I also have a big head. Like I'm sure you can tell. I have a big head.
Yeah,
and I'm not just talking ego. So like I have to buy like wigs for some reason don't come in like small and large. They come in like female and male.
Yeah.
I buy male wigs because my head is big. So them hoes are tight. They're tight. I gotta take those off. I have lines from my wig cap. I get a headache because my circulation's cut off. Cosplays are not to mention I also wear a lot of costumes that like require a corset. So it's like oof. Yeah. When I get to do a comfy cosplay, I am living.
Yeah, literally, I cosplayed Zorro like a year ago, I think. Yeah, a year ago. And I literally just put paint in my hair. Well, like hair paint. And just put on the cosplay. And I was like, this is literally the most comfy cosplay ever.
I would imagine that one would be comfy.
Yeah, because it's literally shirt, pants, belt, sword.
Yeah,
that's it.
Do you ever see those like funny cosplays and you're like, oh, that's great because not only are you hilarious, but you're comfortable.
Yep.
Like I saw, and me and my girlfriends are doing this for Halloween this year. And a total tangent. I'm sorry for taking up
No.
your time, but Floop and the Fooglies and the Thumb Thumbs from Spy Kids?
Yes. Yeah. Oh God.
So we're doing the Thumb Thumbs, but we're gonna have like acrylic nails.
Oh my
like,
God.
So they're gonna be like girly Thumb Thumbs.
Yeah.
But we're doing that for Halloween this year, and I'm
love it.
for sure wearing that. Like, you know, the Patrick like Yas meme where he's got the eyelashes and the nails?
Yeah.
That's the inspo. And and I'm gonna do that at a con.
Yes.
I don't think I'm allowed to do that when I guest at a con, but like I'm gonna do it at a con. It's gonna be fun.
I love it. Oh my God.
Cosplay is what you make it.
Oh yeah, totally.
I'm too old to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm
100%. Like straight up. I did Ned Flanders one year. With
nice.
my own mustache, like literally thrifted everything else.
Yeah.
I've done my first, besides we had a wrestling shoot where we dressed up as like wrestlers and stuff and actually like took photos in the ring and like everything. It was sick. But I did Peter B. Parker from Spider-Verse movies, and literally best cosplay because I got to wear sweatpants. I got to eat all day. Yeah. Someone's like, you wear that to just like, because I would carry around like bag of goldfish, just mowing. I'm like, yeah, that's why I wear it, so I can eat.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
That's a win.
Yeah.
That's a dub in my book.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being on.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Where can the lovely people find you?
You can find me anywhere as Mini Monstrous, MiniMonstress. I know that makes it difficult for everybody because it's like, but she's a voice actor. Shouldn't it just be Karlii Hoch? But like, also, I was a streamer. So like, I have my online persona.
Yeah.
And that's Mini Monstrous. I'm also a goth girl. I don't want a boring name.
Yeah.
Come on.
Totally. Come on.
Mini Monstrous.
Come on.
You can literally find me anywhere as that. I also have the YouTube that I talked about previously. It's TKO everywhere. TKOHHH everywhere. Sometimes there's little underscores, but if you Google it, you'll be able to find it. And that's where you can find more anime content and kind of behind the scenes, because I noticed some techniques that dub actors use, and I will talk about that in our videos if we're watching dub. We also have some animes that I have dubbed on our channel, and I obviously go in depth about the behind the scenes there. So, but aside from that, yeah, just Mini Monsters. And thank you guys so much for supporting wherever you find me, and supporting other actors as well. This community is incredible, as I'm sure so many of you know, and they all deserve your love and support as well. And I tag them a lot. So if you are like, I need more people to find, I got you.
I love that. All that will be linked down below. You can follow me at Corky Cosplays on Instagram, Adam Corky everywhere else. Subscribe to the Patreon. You get exclusive videos as well as the episode a day early. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.